walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Why waste 100 nights testing a mattress? Head into Ashley Home Store and experience your new mattress in a box before you buy it. Then simply
That was disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and WaveRunners by the skin of their teeth are gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from horse? Oh, holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Hoy will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to control of the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin goes crazy to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun in there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here. 7 points left. Taking out another one. One more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by teammates, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am BrettFX, joined here by the illustrious Shifty, and we have a doozy of a match for you this evening. WaveRunners versus Valiant Gaming. But it is not quite what it seems. WaveRunners actually using a different roster than what we've seen in the past. And apparently, from what I've been informed, they are scrim partners for Valiant Gaming. So this should be a pretty damn good match. Definitely looking forward to it. So how you doing tonight, Shifty?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here. I chose this match for a reason, especially after the WaveRunners rosters did get updated and changed during their unfortunate 0-3 start, and ever since then bouncing back with a pretty handy victory in match number 4. So I'm excited to see this. I think with them being two teams that are coming out of essentially the same org, like myself and Tugboat, I believe earlier in the week, were saying it was going to be Valiant versus Valiant. So we have teams that are very familiar with one another that are going to be coming in for this match. And with that being said, if you have a rival team within your organization, I couldn't imagine a better way to potentially knock them down a pedestal by beating them live on K7 match day.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the momentum that we've seen from Valiant Gaming so far. These guys, they made a roster change early on, and really they have not really had much issues at all. I think they've pretty much, I believe they've 3-0'd every match since then.
Yes.
Yeah, they've looked freaking fantastic. So the WaveRunner roster, yeah, they may be scrim partners, but they definitely have a tough hill to climb here. But I'm hoping for a battle, man. I'm hoping for game 5, round 11. Let's go down to a 1v1 and just have an epic time. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters for WaveRunners as we will check them out. This is, like I said before, a newer roster than what we had previously. And we are going to be seeing, is it? Okay, I almost messed that one up. We're going to say Jimbo, and I have absolutely no clue. How do we say this?
Vincenzo, yeah.
My God, man, why do you do this to me?
An E or an I, whatever it would be. I don't know. It's a letter that makes a chud noise.
They disappoint me. Anyways, Vincenzo, brother, let's see some good stuff out of you tonight. Mr. Rob, or M-Rob, actually, and Thor. I just butchered all of their names. I'm not sorry about it whatsoever, but that is the way it is. So, yeah, these guys right here, they are going to be would you call them the underdogs? I would kind of call them the underdogs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. In the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things, I think if you were a betting man, you would put your money on Valiant. So, with that being said, I will count them as the underdogs, but that doesn't mean that we have lower expectations for them. At this point, my expectations are through the roof for this Wave Runner squad, especially assuming that 0-3 roll that they did when they came into the season. But with that being said, let's take a look at their inner conference and truthfully organization rivals in Valiant Gaming. Let's take a look at their rosters here as Connie will throw that up onto the screen for me. If you'd be so kind, beautiful. I love that transition as Valiant, JH, Flames, Estriel, and 47, who will not be playing tonight. They do have a sub in his place. Who was it? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Tay. Tay is going to be playing in the place of 47, a player that we've actually seen here on K7 before. So going to be nice as we have a best of 5 lined up for you per the usual here, as we'll show that to you as well. Brett, you want to break down this best of 5 for me?
Yeah, so first hard point is going to be Garrison, and this should be a good one. That's a meat grinder of a map right there. Then we're going to be moving on to S&D Moscow. It has been a really, really fun map here to watch some of these teams playing on. I think that we've seen a lot of interesting plays developing as the game has kind of matured. Not just an A push all the time. We do see some really nice mix-ups over there towards B. So that should be a decent one here between the two teams. Back onto Garrison, though, for control. Not the favorite here for a lot of people, but that is definitely going to be probably a round 5. I mean, if they're really a good scrim partner for Valiant Gaming, I could definitely see a round number 5 coming out to there. So really look out for how those kills are going to be going in which direction. Then if we do go to a map number 4, we'll be on Checkmate Hardpoint, another really good meat grindy map. And then I'm saying it right now, we're going to a map 5. It's going to be on Raid, everybody's favorite map overall. And we're going to be seeing hopefully a round 11 as well. But pretty decent lineup overall. Like I said, this is going to be a very frag heavy style, I think, especially on the respawns, just very frag heavy in their gameplay. So definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully we're going to be seeing some really awesome turnarounds, some 3 pieces, maybe even some streaks coming into play today. I don't know. That would be awesome. But yeah, it should be a really, really good lineup here for our maps. Now, do want to give a quick shout out though for our partners, as those guys, they have been just really awesome to us here, as unfortunately, there we go. So props to GitGudHosts. They are the reason why we're able to give a fair host to all of our teams. So definitely thank you guys for providing the best playing field for all of these, especially in these times when we are just kind of stuck on online play. And then of course to DropShotStats. You guys are awesome. I use their stats all the time when I'm casting. They do a fantastic job breakdowns, and they look amazing. Very, very easy to digest, and they look very appealing. So definitely props to them, and thank you guys for putting in the work. And then Gamers Resort, DesignByYou.com, and then of course Rogue Energy. So definitely do check all of those out. We do appreciate all of the support you guys give, and definitely show the support to them. We definitely would appreciate that. Of course, guys, make sure you do like the VOD and the video. Make sure you do subscribe and you share it out there. If you don't, Shifty will come to your house and personally slap you right in the face.
Do you want this creeping up at your front door? I don't think you do. Do me a favor, hit the like button down below this video. Is again, the likes help us grow the audience. If you like what we do here at K7, that shows us that you do like it. Is map number 1 for this best of 5 going to be loading up here relatively quickly. Brett, I think you made a very good point with this best of 5 in that it is going to be very frag heavy, especially if you look at the 3 respawns distributed across this best of 5. We have Garrison, and Checkmate. So we have very, very close-knit maps that I think could boil down to some very, very close retakes and potentially some big one-on-one gunfights that are going to be need to be won by the side of the WaveRunners to take this, what I will call the underdog win here against Valiant.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting upset here. Again, this is also cross divisional play here, guys, too. So, you know, these teams we haven't really seen. Well, obviously, we haven't seen the roster of WaveRunners really stacking up against anybody, except for the match last week. But the other thing is that Valiant, they have crushed everybody in their division since they have gotten that roster. I believe it was after the first game. They look fantastic. So, you know, honestly, this is going to be an interesting test just to kind of see what the competition is like in the other divisions, and to kind of see where those teams are really going to be ranking at compared to some of the best. So yeah, it's going to be very, very fun to watch. I'm definitely looking forward to WaveRunners coming out with a bang, and but Valiant Gaming, always the tried and true and solid team. Those guys, they are they are going to be nasty here tonight. I am kind of curious though what it's going to be looking like without 47 there. 47 is a very solid player. We have seen him pulling off some very good plays here before. So you know, is it going to be making a difference here having Tay on the team instead? You know, are we going to be seeing maybe maybe that little that's the crack in the armor, so to say, in terms of maybe their teamwork and their communication that WaveRunners can kind of take advantage of going on into this match?
Yeah, I think the thing we'll see is that maybe the team dynamic might be a little different. And I think that happens with the team you start to get comfortable with when you have one player out of that four that can't make a match or whatever, and you have to have that fill in. A lot of times it's just not only that the map positioning will be different because of that one player being gone, but also the comms, sometimes the whole team vibe can be a little different. So maybe with Wave Runners being at the quote unquote disadvantage here in terms of the record, maybe Valiant Gaming playing with Tay instead of 47 here going to be something that works out in their favor, especially with some of these closely knit maps that we've got for this best of five. As I believe we're still waiting on the lobby getting set up. I believe it's almost done. So we will get into this Garrison hardpoint here very soon. I think this is going to be a telltale sign for both of these teams when we have maps that are so closely knit and we have two teams that are very, very well endowed in the slaying capability. We see these maps be the deciding ones. So we see these meat grindy maps be the ones that decide the victory of the squad.
Yeah, and you know, especially on these maps with the new GAs that are going to be coming in, that is something that I did get to see a little bit of in the last game that we just cast. I just cast,
Sure.
and we did see the QBZ coming in. Of course, you know, we did
Did
see.
pretty well from what I had seen
Oh yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The QBZ is nasty. I mean, I have seen some ridiculous plays coming out from that. But you know, we haven't really seen the full switch over to it. Obviously, the Krieg is still going to be valuable for those long range plays. So you're still only seeing like maybe one QBZ on there, maybe two. I haven't really seen this map being played. So with it being a lot closer and a lot more opportunities for that just really meat grindy type of getting mixed up in there, maybe we see more of the QBZs coming on out. But you know, the AK-74U still just a beast on the map. Even with that attachment being banned out, it is still just a dominant gun. And we'll see. Well, what do you know? You know, first gun that we see popping up here, it's going to be a QBZ here from Floor. So they are going to be rocking it. And we'll see how they are going to be faring here. WaveRunners, let's see what you got here, guys. They are going to be on board here right away. Not going to be getting your first kill. That's going to be Estriel, though. And let's look like a little bit of time going here for WaveRunners, though.
Yeah, the Wave Runner's gonna snag a couple unimportant seconds, to be quite honest, as Valiant will now assert their dominance towards middle map, and at least for the moment, is Thor. Big entry kill back as B Jimbo snagging a second in a row. Now Thor on your screen was able to tag up and allow MRob to trade one player there. Is truthfully a good setup so far for the Wave Runners during the first 40 seconds of this hard point, but we know it is all about those rotations to P2 and currently still up for grabs.
Oh, absolutely. So, you know, right now teams are just kind of, yeah, they're soaking up some time, but they're really just jockeying for that positioning. And I think right now, we are going to be seeing WaveRunners with that slight little advantage. They are going to be mixing it up over here. Vicento will go down, and that's going to be Flames getting the kill. So they will be setting up here to try and retake on this radar P2 hill. This is the money hill right here. This is the one that you want to get, and it is very difficult to break. But man, if you can break it, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself. We will be seeing Flame trying to do just that. He does get picked up, and we're going to be having well, it looks like some split spawns going down. So this could lead to a pretty decent pinch going on in. Yeah,
Valiant Gaming, if they're wise, they'll take advantage of these weird split spawns. As now Bijimbo last alive inside the hill. He's got an onslaught of Valiant members coming in and now will drop. So 20 seconds or so left in the hard point here for P2, and it looks like Valiant will assure at least part of that scrap time. Tay will pick up his first seconds here in the hard point. Some big ones at that, as it will push Valiant to the lead, at least ever so slightly, as now P3 getting ready to pop another hill that really and truly can be lost on the rotation. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Thor snagging a big two-piece with the help of MRob inside the hill. They've already secured P3 and the first 10 seconds to boot.
Yeah, maybe WaveRunners didn't get as much time as they would have liked on that P2 hill, but they're going to be able to get that initial time onto P3, although they are fighting over here for spawns. It looks like number 6 there.
That's huge.
Hey, going big. Yeah, and they have been able to flip out those spawns. This is massive as they've cleared out the point. Does look like JH will be able to get that last final kill. We do see some reinforcements trying to come on in, but they got caught out. I believe that was Estriel able to pick up at least one and slow down that push. So Tay now is going to be setting up on the point and just soaking up this time. That was beautiful there, and really getting a pretty decent chunk, about 30 seconds or so going over here to Valiant Gaming, as they will start to kind of slowly push on out and try and get control here over onto P4.
A decent chunk, to say the least, as Valiant will assert their lead by about 11 points now, as again this P4, this floating tank hill, will pop, and neither team really able to be the benefactor of the map positioning quite yet, as Thor will get tagged up by Estriel, but will get immediately traded to go down now in favor of Valiant Gaming, as they will take an ever so slight lead, is now 20 seconds and counting. But that being said, again, those P5 spawns, very, very important. We'll want to see Valiant begin to rotate across. However, what we're seeing on our screen is Flames doing nothing but slaying out for his team as he picks up another consecutive kill. That's 2 straight for him, and 2 kills that were very, very important for assuring the rest of this time.
Flames is definitely on fire here. He does finally get put out, and we are going to be seeing Valiant just pretty much lock down the entire 60 seconds here on this hill. They are going to be giving up about 10 or so to WaveRunners, but they set themselves up really nicely here for the rotation, so they should be able to get that initial time onto P5. I'm loving the rotations coming out from Valiant Gaming. They were a little bit slow there at the start. You know, they didn't get radar, weren't able to get too much time off of P2, but since then, they have looked fantastic. They've been able to get over to the hills with plenty of time to spare. They've been able to flip these spawns in their favor every single time, and it's just really good map knowledge coming out from these guys. So right now, Flame's going to be trying to come in here from radar. We'll be able to snag that kill pretty easily. He is on a 2-kill streak of his own, as he's going to be able to control this top green position. Very critical position here just to have for the general map. I mean, it pretty much cuts it in half and gives you that height advantage. So definitely looking good here for them. As you can see the kill feed, it is Valiant all day long, as we will be seeing them jumping back onto this point. Flames comes around the back, though, not able to get a single kill there. Let's catch out 2 of them, and we'll be able to get a nice distraction.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a case of the pointless kill game, or if they're maybe getting kills off of rotation, but truthfully, if we look at the scoreboard, the WaveRunners looking pretty good in the slaying column, but Valiant now doubling their points and then some here, as we will tick past the 128 mark, at least maybe, but a nice break there at the end from the side of the WaveRunners, and we need to see more of that. But if you're a WaveRunners fan, you don't want to see more of Flames running through your team, as he picks up 2 big kills there and will also secure the hard point with his teammate JH.
Yeah, Flames has just been lighting it up here, And he's going to be continuing it here. Picks up another one. We'll be able to soak up more of this time. He is looking fantastic. Can he make it a third one? His team steals it away, but they're already on the rotation once again over there towards Radar. I'm loving it coming out from them. Estriel does get picked up, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a little bit of trash time. WaveRunners needs to kind of get, like you said, they're getting kills, but where are those kills actually coming in at? Does it matter where they're getting them? I mean, it seems like, yeah, okay, your KD's looking fantastic, but the points on the board, it's pointing towards Valiant the whole way.
Yeah, it is. There's no doubt about it. Valiant looking oh so good here in this map. Number 1 is now they have eclipsed almost a 90-point lead. Is finally a late break here from the WaveRunners will come in, and it's very rare that we see teams break this P2 setup, especially after Valiant will win the early rotations, but they're only able to break it for oh so long, as JH now dealing with an onslaught of his own from the side of the WaveRunners. Is big kills coming in from the front, but again, it's about this map positioning as we get oh so close to P3. And if you look at those arrows on your mini map, you see player number 8 Estriel, who's already rotated far east and has given his team the good spawns for P3 as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're just on top of it. They're before really they even can react to it. Yeah, they're going to get a little bit of trash time, but again, just time and time again, they're able to just get those rotations, force those spawns. Now we do see a spawn all the way in the back. This is going to be number 3, as he will be able to maybe cause some problems. No, Estriel's going to be able to clean that up. No issues whatsoever. Even going through, getting some wallbang action going on. Vigento's trying to do his best to get back into the point, but it's not going to be enough. 3 go down. Valiant Gaming easily secure themselves P3, and they're about to crack 200 points.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do that within this last third hard point. Here is now 25 seconds left in this P3, the second set of rotations, as Flames almost turning and burning, but will drop. There is, honestly, I thought we were about to see something crazy as Thor was able to pull out the key shots there at the end, but 100-point victory, or lead rather, still for the side of Valiant Gaming, as that will be eclipsed by the scrap time here in P3. And it's honestly crazy because I feel like we have some flashes in the pan of greatness for the side of WaveRunners. They win a couple key hardpoint kills, and it's just like that. Everything dissipates oh so quickly, and that's a key sign of a great team, as Flames will add insult to injury. Not only the 100-point lead, but also the execution from behind.
That's just not right, Flames. Oh, we are going to be seeing Valiant Gaming once more getting onto the point before WaveRunners can, and that has been really the tale of the game. We have seen a separation, though, in terms of kills. Valiant Gaming starting to walk away with this. Tay breaking that 30 mark, 27 there for Flames. Over on WaveRunners, I believe majority of their players now are either even or negative, so they have started to struggle overall in their kills, and it's starting to stack up. But WaveRunners, they're not done yet. They're going to be getting on here like about 120 points or so right now that they have. Maybe try and bump that up just a little bit, but possibly early rotations maybe coming on in. They will be able to get control of this P5 hill. If they can lock them down to the back of the map, they will be able to, at the very least, get a good chunk of the time here, and maybe even set themselves up for a good rotation onto P1 once it pops again. But it does look like we have seen a little bit of a scramble in the spawns, as they will be able to get control right here for Valiant Gaming of Radar, as well as that top green position. So this is not looking good.
Yeah, not looking good, I think, is a bit of an understatement here, as Valiant Gaming only 17 points away from icing this first game against their scrim brethren, as 3 straight kills from the side of WaveRunners will stop that in its tracks, at least for the moment, as now P5, about 15 seconds left or so before we rotate towards the third set of hard points, is 2 big kills coming in from Valiant. They cannot win it here, and honestly, maybe just more of a morale boost than anything, but stopping them at the 1/3 map line is the side of Valiant, still trying to keep that 100-point victory, as Flames is continuing to set the game on fire, 33 and 26 to speed.
So Flames basically says, Tay, you sit back here. I'm going to take the lead in the match. 33 kills. He is just on fire the entire time, looking fantastic. That is going to be some exciting plays coming in here for this S&D, but Yeah, this hard point, man, it was close. It was right there, neck and neck. WaveRunners was even outdoing Valiant Gaming there for the very start. But Valiant said, all right, hold on. It's P3. All right, it's time to get serious now, boys. And since that point in time, they never really let off the gas. They pretty much just slammed it to the floor and just went all the way. So WaveRunners getting kind of slapped around a little bit there. But, you know, honestly, on Garrison, it's not too surprising to see. That map really does lend itself to being able to set those choke points up, those cross shots, and to be able to force those players into those bad spawns every single time. And that's what really Valiant Gaming, at the beginning, they were struggling with their kills. They weren't really looking so hot. But I think what really was the key was the fact that they were able to get those rotations in. They were able to dictate those spawns, get the better map positioning, which then allowed them to get those better kills later on in the game. So yeah, props to Valiant Gaming. They look good, not only in their guns, but also just in the way they played the map.
Absolutely. I mean, Valiant Gaming looking like a force to be reckoned with here. If that is their scrimmaging squad, goodness gracious, I feel bad because 100+ point loss on hard point Garrison against the team that you're scrimming against is definitely not a good place to be. However, with that being said, we have to take that with a grain of salt with WaveRunners roster still being so fresh here. Definitely some positives that can be taken away from that hard point. I mean, we saw some very solid overall cohesive team play throughout the first 2 or 3 hard points until Valiant really flipping that switch and turning it on. And I agree with you that I think Moscow S&D will be a very interesting setup for these two teams, where we did see a lot of cohesive play between the two during that first half. We saw a lot of WaveRunners dominated gunfights, and we saw a lot of Valiant dominated gunfights towards the back half. And I think it will be interesting with how Moscow lays out, again, due to how closely knit some of those bomb sites are, how easy those trades can be. Is truthfully, I think Moscow S&D might be the best map for these two teams to face off against one another.
Yeah, I've been a better fan of this map here recently, just because we have seen those teams starting to, you know, they've branched out. Used to it was a hit the whole entire time. Maybe we go for a B for a round or two, but we've really seen teams really starting to space it out a bit. They've equally gone to each of those bomb sites, and there's a lot of really cool strats that we've seen. For the start that you can hit, you know, if you hit B really hard and fast, you can cause a lot of chaos over there. And we've seen some really interesting plays coming out, especially almost the entire map really flipping in that instance for those retakes. So yeah, I think Moscow is going to be a good one. WaveRunners, though, you know, they need to kind of get some momentum underneath their wings here. You know, control is going to be pretty rough. I'm not saying that they won't be decent in the respawns, but typically what we've seen, or at least what I've seen so far when I'm casting, is that when a team struggles that much in the hard point, not all the time, but like 80% of the time, their respawns kind of lack a little bit. Whether that be just, you know, they're not able to frag out, they just don't have the map presence or the map knowledge of it. I don't know what it is, but they typically struggle in those respawn type game modes. Obviously, control is a good swing mode, so that, and it's also going to be back on Garrison, I believe. So that is a pretty rough one there. But S&D, they need to snag this one, take it to a 1-1, at least guarantee themselves going into a 4th map, and they got to get some, morale boost. They got to make sure that they get some positivity flowing in their team, because going 2-0 down is a pretty rough way to get into a map number 3.
Absolutely. Well, you and I both know it with the experience in Call of Duty that we have, that S&D wins championships. So if there is a game for you to get your mental right, if you will, S&D here on Moscow is going to be a great way to do it. Again, I love these graphics. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us to K7 Match Day, the late night match here between Valiant Gaming and the WaveRunners. Valiant Gaming coming in at 3-1, WaveRunners coming in at 1-3, and 100+ point loss. And map number 1 is Vincenzo will take this bomb over towards middle, and a very, very quick hit towards the middle of the map as Estriel will pick up a huge first blood onto Thor.
And that's what we were talking about before. That QBZ comes in, man, and it can be nasty against even a Krieg. JH is going to be able to pick up another kill there. So far it's a 2 versus 4 as Vincenzo. He's going to try and back over here onto the street. Nice little pickup there from his teammate. So now down to a 2-3, but it's going to be answered back very, very quickly as Vincenzo is now the only one left up and alive. It does look like Valiant Gaming is going to be able to take that round. So yeah, I mean, a lot of really good back and forths, but man, I gotta say that QBZ, I'm liking it, as we are seeing some really nasty plays coming out. I really would like to see, I don't know, I'm almost thinking I would like to see more of an aggressive play coming out. You know, maybe drop the Krig and just go for, you know, balls to the wall, very, very, very fast pushes on this particular map. But obviously, WaveRunners and Valiant Gaming, they know way more about this game than I do. They played a hell of a lot more than I have. So we'll see what they're going to be able to achieve here.
Achieve being the name of the game here for WaveRunners, is Tay on your screen will be able to potentially tag one up, and he's carrying the bomb here up towards top S. He's in a precarious position to say the least, but bailed out by a nice kill from his teammate. That was Estriel. Is now the full rotation from B, and nobody from the side of the WaveRunners ready for this at all, as Tay and company are going to full take B. The bomb has been planted. What a flip of the script for the side of Valiant.
Yeah, and Flames is going to be set up here real nicely for the defense. It's looking like only one man again. It's going to be Vincenzo, and he can't make it happen, as that's going to be a very quick 2-0 lead, and it's looking dire here, honestly, for WaveRunners, as you will be seeing Tay on your screen getting that plant going down. He's going to be able to swing on out and secure this kill here on the Jimbo. Pretty easy peasy, as I mean, just dominance, just pure dominance right there. So now we are going to be switching on up. WaveRunners, they are going to be able to have the bomb in hand. Like maybe we're going to be going over here towards an A push, possibly. I don't know. They were kind of pointing over there towards it. No, it does look like maybe we're going to be going back over to B, but we'll see how they're going to be able to react to this. Can they keep their calm? Can they keep their cool? Looks like we're going up to the middle. This is an interesting play. Nice opening pick's going to be coming on in, as the JH will go down initially. Astriel, though, picks up 2, almost a third. Not quite. Flames is going to be able to pick up the slack, though. Goes in for the quick gun change. Not going to happen. Valiant Gaming, though, able to stabilize, and they will pick up round number 3.
What a huge play here from Estriel, as we see him take out Vincenzo and Mrob together, as well as putting in some shots onto Jimbo, allowing his teammates to clean that one up in a bad way. Is the side of the WaveRunners, as Valiant Gaming has strung 3 consecutive rounds together, as they're looking to make it a 4th, as we're going to see a full A hit from the side of Valiant. Nice call, Brett. Just a round too early, but the side of Valiant feeling very comfortable over at this A site. You got to think that a lot of that has to do with them thinking they're going to win their gunfights, but Vincenzo doing a great job, and the rest of the WaveRunners following suit, as we see a perfect round from the side of the WaveRunners. And honestly, couldn't have been a better time for it. And now they take the 4th round, 3-1, trying ever so desperately to crawl their way back into this game.
Yeah, and you know that was a time to do it right there. You know, you go 4-0. That's a really rough situation to come back from. Yeah, I mean, you know, 3-1, definitely a lot more doable here. And they did it very, very quickly too. I mean, it wasn't a long drawn out round. It wasn't very stressful. It was pretty much fairly clinical. I don't think that they lost, but maybe one player the whole entire time.
I don't know if you noticed, they did that 3v4 over at the A site. So nice defense from WaveRunners.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be on board here with Vincenzo now, and he will be set up next to those escalator positions. Bomb not going to be going down. JH will be able to come around the long flank, as he is going to try and pee in their Cheerios here today, and that's going to be Valiant Gaming answering back. They were like, okay, that was a fluke round. We're just going to go ahead and end it out, as they are going to be able to take this one 4-1.
It seems to me that Tay has done absolutely nothing wrong for the side of Valiant Gaming, as they are continuing to handle the side of the WaveRunners. As Again, the WaveRunners squad going to be back on the defensive as JH will take this bomb again back towards A. If you are the WaveRunners, you got to like this current setup, at least for the defenses, as you'll need to be able to string together more than one round, unfortunately. But JH getting very ballsy, very aggressive up front as Vincenzo and MRob will be able to snag 2, as Flames will be able to trade another. Thor and MRob now converging on the middle, now a 1v1. JH with the bomb going to be against MRob, who was 0-4 up until this round.
Well, this is his moment to shine. He can clutch this out. This will be 3 for him to end out the round if he can make it happen. JH now rotating all the way back to B. He's got to have plenty of time here to get this bomb down if he wants to. And we do see, it looks like Rob, he's going to go ahead, check A, making sure, yeah, it's not going to be over here. Okay, so how exactly is he going to be attacking this? JH taking the power position. This is a very tough position, actually, to get him out of here. And I'm not really sure, is Rob using an AK-74U? Oh, he's spotted out. JH is going to be able to see him. I don't know if Rob just knows. Oh, no! Oh! It looks like JH is abandoning his position. But Rob has to make a decision. Do we go hop the bomb or do we go for the kill?
Yes!
He hops it.
Yes!
He's going to get the defuse here.
Yes!
JH isn't going to make it in time. There it is. We see another round going on the board. Beautiful play call there coming in from WaveRunners.
I love it.
Don't go for the kill. Go for the bomb. It works out beautifully in their favor.
I love it. MRob, let's go. That is what we call a huge clutch play. In a 1v1, decides to stick the defuse, and it works out ever so well in their favor. Nice 1v3 clutch from Rob there, essentially, for the side of the WaveRunners as they claw their way again back into this map. Only 2 rounds away. They need to string this offense together as they appear to be hitting a more traditional alpha hit, as Vincenzo will be taking the bomb facilitated by both MRob and BJimbo.
Yep, Rob is going to be the first one on in. And I think JH was actually spotted out there, but JH doesn't care. He's going to throw right on out, gets the kill, makes it look easy. Answering back, though, that is going to be Jimbo. He will be able to pick up 1 on the Flames as Tay comes around the corner. That's going to be an easy frag there for him. But he does get answered back. This is just a really quick back and forth. Now a 2 versus 1 all onto JH. He will be able to get the bomb down. Don't know if he spotted it out or not, but it's going to be all up to Thor here to make it happen. He's 2-5 in kills. The damage has come in onto JH, so he is pushed out. Bomb being picked up. Plenty of time here. We'll see where the rotation's coming in at. Looks like we are going to be seeing Floor going in for the plant at A. But this is going to be a very quick fight. I believe Thor needs to make sure that he realizes oh no, JH coming up here into the behind.
This could be huge.
Might be able to catch him out.
Yeah, this could be huge as JH creeping ever so
No
carefully
way.
around the corner into office as he will not find the win. Huge gunfight victory and round victory from Thor as he wins the 1v1. He had the bomb down. Wow.
He literally walked right in front of him.
Dude.
Oh my God. Thor, oh my God. He just had to stand there and watch the door. Oh my God. I cannot believe that he walked into that. 3-4. And it's looking like they're right back in this map here, Shifty.
It does. It's definitely something that looks a lot closer than the previous 2 rounds had, to say the least. Is now JH on the offensive for the side of Valiant Gaming. Much more spread out A defense from the side of the WaveRunners. And look at how slow the pace has been halted for the side of Valiant Gaming. No more full mid hits for them, as now JH trying to ever so slowly and carefully work his way over towards B. Big first blood from Estriel, though, over towards the middle of the map, as now Tay will take a second. Now Thor and Jimbo left alive over at B. JH gonna tag Thor up and get him out of the building long enough to plant the bomb.
Do you see Jimbo, though, with a nice little flank, but he's all alone, and he will be able to take down JH, but it's not enough. He gets collapsed on.
Screamed.
And that is going to be Valiant Gaming going 3-5. Oh, man. I got to say, WaveRunners, it's like you actually mentioned this before. They have these flashes, right? These sparks that it looks like, oh, they're almost there, but they just can't quite grasp it. And small mistakes, man, and they're adding up. But WaveRunners, they can actually do this. They got to win 3 of them in a row. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. But you know, Rob and Thor, they've been stepping it up here these last couple of rounds. Let's see if they can do it here and keep themselves in this map.
They're going to be the players to lean on here as Vincenzo and Jimbo, respectively, 8 and 7, as they've done their part in terms of the slaying, as Vincenzo will now push out over towards mid. Some shots going down over by the statue, but Estriel, huge first blood, as Jimbo will trade that off and take 2 with him.
Oh,
Now he's 10 and 7. This is huge. As now the flank coming in, JH will take 2 and turn what was a 1v3 guaranteed round win for the WaveRunners in the favor of Valiant Gaming. Now JH, all he has to do is rotate back and play his life.
Oh my God, he gets away. That was a beautiful trigger discipline there, waiting for them to stack up, gets both of the kills. But I do like the answer here from Rob. He's like, all right, we're gonna go ahead, grab the bomb, get it down, making sure that we can get good positioning, put it on Valiant to actually have to make that play. But JH, can he clutch out this 1v3? He takes some initial damage there. Rob, we've seen this before. Rob, is he going to be able to come clutch here? He was doing it on the defense. Can he do it on the offense? He can. And that is a beautiful play to keep them into this game. 4-5 as we head into round number 10.
Wow, that was almost very bad. That definitely should have been the best play. JH making a 400 IQ play is everybody from WaveRunners hitting B with reckless abandon, not able to watch that flank as JH taking advantage of that, at least for the moment. But nice round win from Rob there as he will take that one and put WaveRunners so much closer to tying this game up. Now they need to string together a defensive round win, but look at this again, a 4-street hit from the side of Valiant. Rob, none the wiser, will sprint forward into some QBZ shots from Tay. Thor, nice trade though, 3v3 as this bomb is working in towards Bravo.
You know, just a little bit more discipline there. Just get the information, back down a little bit. That would have been enough, but a little bit too aggressive. Would have been able to put his team in a much better position. But we are tied up 3-3, bomb down. So 30 seconds left here to make this play. And we are going to be seeing Valiant Gaming being able to strike back once again. Estriel picking up a kill, and it looks like a second one will be able to come in. Thor, the last alive to make it happen, and it's going to be a tough one. He's able to stay alive, but he doesn't have a whole lot of time here to work with. And I think that Valiant Gaming, they're going to wait for him to make the first move as a Thor just pokes on in, takes a little bit of damage there from the nade, comes up, not going to be able to get the kill, will go down, and that is going to be 4-6 Valiant taking map number 2. But honestly, man, like that was
it could have been either way for a long time.
And you know, I don't want to put that round all on Rob. You know, obviously he saw an opportunity with 2 players that passed him. He's like, okay, let's go ahead and try and go for it. But just wait a little bit there, you know, just let your team know, hey, we got a big push coming. He would have been able to see maybe a third person going by. At the very least, maybe rotate back over there towards mid to help out his teammates. But you know, it was a good game overall, just small little mistakes. WaveRunners really sticking it in there. You know, they changed a few things and it's a totally different match there. But yeah, props to Valiant Gaming. They are showing once again that, well, they deserved every single one of their 3-0s.
Yeah, there's no doubt. As truthfully, I mean, that tends to be the biggest adversity for a lot of the top amateur and semi-pro teams in this kind of scene is consistency. And we're seeing right now that regardless of the competition that they're playing against, at least for the moment, that Valiant is the definition of consistent. I mean, we have seen them drop some rounds that definitely shouldn't have been dropped, but for the most part, we saw nothing but WaveRunners giving them the rounds, especially towards that round number 10, where I agree with you that I think Rob was a little bit too itchy on the trigger. But with that being said, we have the benefit of caster vision that those players do not have. So I understand the play there. It's just unfortunate. And a lot of that boils down to a great play calls from the side of Valiant, especially on those offenses, which made a whole hell of a lot of difference. But with that being said, 2-0 now in favor of Valiant, as we have control on Garrison coming up here, and a repeat of the map from map number 1, that of course being Hardpoint, in which we saw a dominant showing from Valiant. But with that being said, you and I both know that while the hard points are typically pretty indicative of the results that we will get for Control, you and I both know that Control can be the off mode for some teams. So with that being said, if you are WaveRunners and you were not able to take the S&D, then there's no better time, quite literally, because you are forced to, than now to take the reverse sweep and get that on your horse. So, or get back on your horse. So with that being said, looking for WaveRunners to make a big impact here on this map number 3.
Yep. Control, well, typically, obviously, your third map is your swing map. I mean, it always has been in COD. So, yeah, you're looking for this one to be kind of well, it's your last ditch effort to try and make really some good plays coming out. The problem is that it's on Garrison, and Garrison is very defensive heavy. Yeah, there are some teams that are kind of starting to win some rounds on offense, but for the most part, it's defensive heavy. So you're going to be seeing a lot of I think a lot of the teams starting to slow down there towards the very end. So when it starts getting to like 10 lives left or so, you're going to be seeing some teams starting to slow down just a bit and try and make sure that they are going to be able to keep that life advantage. For those of you who may just be joining us in Control, it is going to be 5 rounds. You are going to be seeing 2 capture points. The attackers have 30 lives in order to capture those points, and the defenders have 30 lives in order to, or the time in order to defend those points. If the team ends up getting more kills than the other, then they do have the defensive side of the map, which is generally the easier side, especially over there on radar. Incredibly difficult to break, but we have seen teams starting to break it by just throwing a 4-man push right from the start and just completely collapsing in on it. It typically, you only see maybe 1 to 2 players going over there to try and get control of top green. So it can be one that can be broken easily. The problem is then after that, you have to make sure that you're going to be setting up to defend against the retake. But you know, they got to get over there first. Obviously, Valiant Gaming, I don't think that they'll make that kind of mistake. And the other thing that you have to watch out for on this map, especially if you're on the attacking team, is getting spawn trapped. In Valiant Gaming, I have seen them do it before. I hope we don't have to see WaveRunners going through it again, but this could very well be a very nasty spawn trap coming in.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the maps that can be won and lost based on the pace of the game. I mean, we're looking at 2 teams that realistically, in terms of raw talent, are both some of the higher tier teams, I think, in terms of individual talent of each player. So I think most players are comfortable and familiar with how to play Control on Garrison at this point, which is why I think the big key plays are going to be made by those weird 4-man hits that I think if at this point, if you are WaveRunners, you're down 0-2, you might as well go with your guns and try to come out as aggressive as possible and try to match fire with fire. And if they are able to do so successfully, then we very well might see 2 of these attacking rounds go in favor of the side of the WaveRunners. But they're going to need to have a whole hell of a lot more map control than Valiant, which is something that we've seen them struggle with, i.e. in the hard point. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. There definitely is a chance that WaveRunners can take this, but if they're going to, then they're going to need to be coming out firing on all cylinders, I think, to say the least.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, in this situation, I kind of wish more teams would actually do this. Just, you know, when you're down 0-2, it's early on in the season as well. So, you know, I think it's a good time to experiment with some stuff. Yeah, go balls to the wall. Just push those points, you know, go do some crazy plays. Do something that a team is not expecting and try and throw them off. You know, we've seen WaveRunners in that hard point. They were able to keep fairly neck and neck with the fragging abilities of Valiant Gaming. So, you can pretty much stand toe to toe with them in terms of that. So yeah, throw something weird out there. Just go for a 4-man push over there onto A, real crazy, you know, maybe go for some nutty flanks. I don't know. Just do something that's unexpected to kind of throw them off their game. We've seen Valiant Gaming, they're very, very confident in their play, obviously, and they're very solid in the decisions that they make. So you throw something like that in their heads, they're kind of like, what the hell's going on here? Maybe that gives you an opportunity to strike back and catch him or get a map off of them, catch him off guard. One thing that I kind of hope that we see out of this one, I haven't really seen a team doing this yet, although I haven't really cast other than K7 League, but I would kind of like to see teams maybe prioritizing, especially on maps like this, getting those streaks, almost, especially like if you're on attacking team, almost have one of your guys, like maybe a Krig or a QBZ guy, just sit in the back and just farm kills. Try and get those stacks of streaks for your defensive rounds to make your or for later attacking rounds, so you can kind of maybe break in through, or just as an insurance policy on your defensive rounds that are going to be coming on in. I haven't really seen teams doing that. Most of the time they are just going straight for that win instead of playing for those streaks and seeing if it can kind of open it up for an opportunity or not.
Yeah, I agree with you, but we will be right back here as we've got some production hiccups that we're going to try and get squared away here before map number 3. It is going to be Control Garrison, Valiant Gaming up 2-0 over their scrimmage squad in